how and which certifications are going to give him the edge, if any stand out for employers. And he's really kind of obsessed over the right course or certification or boot camp. So without further ado, let me go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to do a quick little presentation I put together answering that question for you. Now, which course or certification really matters? To be perfectly honest, real-world experience is valued much more from employers. As a career in digital marketing and now data analytics, I spent the first 5 years working for a digital marketing performance agency, and then I transitioned as a digital marketer to a digital analyst, and now a senior digital analyst working for another agency. So I have a lot of experience. I'm almost at 9 years working in these different departments. And in my experience, these certifications and courses, they really aren't valued that much. And one of the reasons is because some of these certifications, including the ones by Google, the answers can be found online. So you can take this test and then find the answers online. So you could get these certifications, but really, how valuable is it when people can easily cheat on them? So for that reason, it's not like they put no weight on them, but they put a little bit of weight on it. Now, what about, these certifications or courses conducted or done by a certain guru or expert or academy? There's a lot of these digital boot camps. I think back when I was in Miami, there's something called Brain Camp or something like that. And they taught data analytics. They also taught digital marketing. They taught UX design. And the goal was to get you from zero to enough skills to get your first job. And here's the thing. None of those names out there, Brain Camp or whatever, are probably something the employer recognizes. It's not like, oh my gosh, it's Brain Camp. These are just kind of more or less commodities to employers, at least in my experience, having applied to a lot of jobs and gotten jobs over the years. So real world experience really is key. We'll go into how you can get that if you don't have that. And I'm not saying you shouldn't get some courses and certifications, but I think the weight of those is really not so much in like having that. If you're equating it to a college degree, it's just not the same thing. It's not like you can say, I went to Harvard, and they're like, oh my gosh, the name is not as much the value as the actual skill and ability you have. They will probably run some tests or exercises in the job interview to test if you have the skills. And that's really what you should be wondering, can this course or certification give that to me? Which is ironically the opposite of why some people go to school for college. So that said, there are some notable names like HubSpot or Google certifications that are still good to have. I still see it on some job postings where they have still a little bit of weight where, these big names, if they see it or they may even say it in their job postings, looking for someone who is HubSpot certified or Google certified. But if you don't see it in the job posting, it can't hurt to add, but it might give you like a 5-10% boost. It's really not going to make or break things. Any decent employer is really going to test you at the interview because everyone can lie. I mean, since the dawn of time, humans have been lying. So just because you say you have it on your resume or whatnot, it's really having those skills, the skills that are mentioned on the job posting, those will be tested. So you can't, so you got to really be able to walk the walk, is what I'm saying. Okay, so here's one of the first ways you can get about getting those skills and experiences. Obviously, courses and certifications are a great path. I would not discount it. There's some really good teachers and good courses out there. And some are affordable, some are a bit pricey, but even some of the free content is really good. But another way, other than what we already mentioned, is freelancing. So the benefits, the pros to this are you can do one-off engagements. Maybe you do something, you knock it out of the park just for a few days, and then you're done with that gig. And you can move on, you can add it to your resume, and you're good to go. And you can keep pitching people. It's endless pitching. If you get a few no's, you can just keep pitching people. And then there's also these freelance sites like Fiverr, Upwork, and there's so many freelance sites out there, but they can really get you the ball rolling to get that real world experience that they're kind of looking for and to develop those skills. Another way is to build your own brand. So the benefit to this is no one has to say yes to you. You don't have to wait till someone decides to pay you. You can just teach yourself. There's so much advice and education online. The con to this is it's hard to grow from zero, whether that's a social media following or your website traffic. I've attempted both. I've done decent in both. I would say I've been more successful growing a blog, a website. My current personal blog gets a few thousand visits per month. At its peak, it was probably even more than that, probably 6 figures a month. No, 5 figures a month in past that have gotten millions of views, but it's very difficult to grow sometimes. The benefit of this is you can really develop some skills. If you want to learn Google Analytics, you can install it on your own website. You can start writing articles. You can install the SEO plugins for WordPress. And that's really how I learned a lot of skills about WordPress, plugins, SEO, through teaching and consuming the teaching myself and using it myself. And then if you can point to results, you don't need millions, but if you can say, hey, I grew something from 0 to 5,000 followers, that's probably better than most people. And you can stand out and kind of develop your own skill sets there. Last but not least, another way to get those skills that are really what the proxy for a certification should get you is an entry-level job. These are arguably more attainable than building your own following or freelancing. It's subjective. Some would say freelancing is easier because they have a talent for freelancing. But point is, if you can get an internship or an entry-level job, even if it's an unpaid internship at an agency, that is a route I took that was pretty successful because an agency has so much knowledge. They have so many employees there that will train you on the job, and you get so much proprietary information as well as direct experience and hands-on skill to build your skill set, hands-on experience and training on those skills that you will need to level up and get those more established digital marketing jobs later down the line. Dude, if you can, I highly recommend getting your job at an agency, even if it's just a stepping stone career for a few years. It's a great experience builder. It's the route I took, and in some ways it's more difficult. In some ways it's more easy to then getting a freelancing gigs and developing your skill set there. Because if you can get in, you will learn so many skills from analytics to advertising, and they'll train you on the job because they want you to know it so that they can put out the best work. So highly recommend it if you're able to do it. So that's it. Subscribe for more tips on getting a job in digital marketing or a marketing analyst. It's free. You can also join my email newsletter to get a free checklist on if this is the right job for you, as well as free coaching calls. That's right. I offer recurring free coaching calls just to my email newsletter subscribers. There's no selling or pitching. I've already done almost a dozen of them with different people. It's just my way of learning more about my audience so I can create better content for you, giving back to my community. Thanks for watching. See you later.